Hello, my dear friends. Hello, everyone. Hello, thank you for joining us on the weekly live stream. We're doing this every week here on the YouTube. Unfortunately, our TikTok are still banned, so that's why I'm gonna ask you to support us here and to follow all links in bio. First of all, you're gonna find our public group, public channel. You're gonna find all information about our private group, and of course, we're posting links on the cryptocurrency exchanges when you can, where you can register and trade futures even from USA without KYC. So find all links in bio, and I will really appreciate, I will really appreciate and will be glad to see your likes, comments and subscription, because a lot of people watching this content without subscription, and you're gonna help us to do way better content, to do way more content. And unfortunately, as far as our TikTok are banned right now, and by the way, can you please tell me if the sound and quality of the video are good in comments in the chat? Please do that, because I don't know if the sound of the mic is good today. I need to check that. If sound is bad, I'm gonna switch the mics and we're gonna go ahead. So as far as our TikTok are banned right now, we're not gonna do new content this week. I'm gonna skip that, and we're gonna talk about the market. We're gonna talk about this hype fight between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. We're gonna discuss that. We're gonna discuss some assets of the crypto market, some asset of the stock market, and we're gonna try to figure out what's gonna happen next week, because previous 2 or 3 weeks, I've been trying to say to you, all our team, all our social media platforms, been trying to say to you that from second plus minus 1 day, we're gonna go lower until 6 plus minus 1 day. And what's happened with the price of the Bitcoin and almost all crypto and stock market? Everything drops from third till fifth. So it means that the price movement was on the market, the volatility was there, and everything that we were trying to say to you are happened, and it's not the end, my friends. It's not the end. Even if you're gonna see the color of the circle, those of you who's been following us for the months, or basically we just celebrate 1 year of doing the content for you in English, so that's something like anniversary for us. So please, I hope you join our content. We're not the best, we're not the perfect, but we are trying to be honest with you. If we are doing profit, we're showing you the profit. If we are in losses, we're showing you how to solve this position, how to solve this situation, how to queue it from this trade without losses. So basically, we're trying to educate you, and I will really, again and again, I will really appreciate if you're gonna support us with the likes, comments, and yeah, but Vadim, that's the worst thing. I noticed that there is some kind of like noise from the mic, and I cannot, like, I can do this a little bit lower the level, and tell me please if everything is good right now, because I don't know from where this noise comes from, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's noise. I know that because I'm always checking the noise with the headphones, but still, that's not the end. That's not the end. And you know how fragile my soul, my brains, my ego are. And if I'm gonna go back on the YouTube and I will see that I didn't receive as much likes as I want, as I deserve. In our private group, I was doing the live streams for people, and that was the line was put here from the previous week. You know that we are using the algorithm which shows the forecast, the prediction model that shows us how the price will moves in the next couple of weeks, hours, days, months. So that was the date which I was telling to people, hey, buy from that date. But from the second plus minus 1 day, the price will go lower. How we can catch that movement? We should use our trading filter. So it shows when we are on the top, or every turning around, especially with the red crosses, it means that we're gonna go lower. Especially the best timing to open short or long position when the color are changing. So when the color are green, we're trying to catch only long position. When the color are red, we're trying to catch only short position. So either you open your short position from here where I open my short position, or you opening it on every red cross, and you hold in that until the bottom of the channel, until when the yellow line will turn around again. So it means that if it shows us the second, the best timing was like from 1 till 5 p.m. fifths. But in Ukraine and Europe, it was 6th of June. So that's why, my friends, if you're missing some chances, if you're missing some opportunities, don't bother yourself. Don't try to bite your elbows, or as my dad says all the time, don't try to kick yourself in the chest by your Achilles. That's almost impossible. Like I will show you. Like, it's gonna be stupid, silly, but I think that you need to know something about me. It's something like everyone should know that. So yeah, my dad always said, don't try to hurt yourself with the knee or with the ankle. But from the early childhood, I can put my legs behind my neck. And a lot of people who's following me, you know that I have a back problems right now. So sorry for that. I wouldn't put it like behind my neck, basically all the way. But everything in this life is possible. You can bite your elbow if you will be stretching yourself, if you will dislocate your shoulder, or you will find the way to do that. So don't think about something that they were teaching us in the school, in the university. Think how to do impossible things. So on the live streams for the private groups, I've been showing all these zones from here till here. We're gonna catch the short position, because unfortunately, or thanks God, we are trying to give you not only dates, but the price range. So what we are expecting right now, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't show you. So the zones were put on the live streams. From that zone, try to catch the short. For me, as I know myself, and if I have a lot of information, I can use few entry points. So first of all, when I receive in the confirmation that we are turning around, so I'm opening my short position here, but then I'm putting the price range. So it means that my first limit order will be here and the second one will be here. And basically the stop order should be here, but most of the time I'm not using the stop orders, because I'm using the strict risk management. It means that I will never see the liquidation price if I'm not breaking the risk management. So it means that I can open this position here, then scale it here, and the last scaling point will be here. So most of the people will be more careful, and they're like, I'm gonna skip that position, I'm gonna skip that position, I will open my short position from here. So it means that they missed all this movement. And then I'm giving the lines where the price should be and where the zone where you start fixing your profit. So from here till here, we catch a really good short position. But also we have one more confirmation with that divergence and the yellow line going lower. So that means that some of you catch that movement. But for me, I was sending all the screenshots in the public group and in the private group. That was something where I solved my short position mistakes, because sometimes I'm doing mistakes. I can do analysis way better than I'm trading, because I'm not the trader. I mostly find myself in the better way to invest my money, in holding assets, in analyzing, in building strategy, and building my portfolio and reinvest all my money. So in the private group, I'm often telling people, I bought, I sold, I bought, I sold. So I'm telling them that, hey guys, I'm fixing the profit. Hey guys, I'm buying back. And I'm giving them the assets which I'm buying and which I'm selling. But we're gonna discuss few assets a little bit later. So I'm gonna delete these zones because they work pretty fine, pretty good, and I'm gonna delete that zone as well. Right now, I'm gonna leave that line here, and I'm gonna draw what I'm expecting from the Bitcoin in the next couple of days, weeks, or maybe even until the end of July. So I'm still gonna hold all these zones. We're not gonna discuss it today. We're gonna discuss what's gonna happen in the next week. Maybe, probably, I will put myself in the state of energy where I'm gonna do 2 live streams per week. So we're gonna split the weekly digest, what's gonna happen next week, and we're gonna do back to the future, basically on Wednesday or maybe Thursday at evening, what I'm gonna discuss like some kind of more deep thinking theory or analysis of what could happen or what gonna happen in the, not next week, next few months, next few years, because a lot of people were like, when I was putting that the price of Bitcoin will be here, they was like, no, it's never gonna happen, never gonna, oh, sorry for that. Sorry, but it's happened. So let's skip the previous things that we discussed. Let's talk about what's gonna happen next. So that zone will be here. I'm not gonna put it away. That line will be here. I'm not gonna put it away. Let it be there. But right now, I'm gonna put that zone from $99,000 to $96,000. But in my opinion, that's not gonna happen this week, because for that week, I'm expecting that price movement. Then we're gonna go something like here. Oh, no. Too much. I'm gonna do something like that, and something like that. That's my expectation until probably 22nd, 23rd, 21st of June. So if we have that line here, but we should buy at the bottom of the channel. So I'm gonna put exactly the same line here on something like 17. For the previous 2 weeks, we've been trying to tell to you from 2nd till 6th we're going down, from 6 till 14 we're going up. So please remember that. Right now, we do not changing anything, so the 13 will be still 13, and I'm expecting the price of the Bitcoin. So it means that I'm gonna put that line here, and let's do this a little bit shorter, like that. So it means like something like 108, 109,000. Then I want to see correction to 105, something like here. I want to see correction to the price 105, 106. Please, just if you want to catch the trade, you should use timing. If you want to open the mostly restricted and direct trade, you should put the limit orders and forget about this trade. You put in the limit orders. For example, I put few limit orders today on the Ethereum, and we're gonna discuss what this limit order is gonna be, and if it's the price will be there, that's gonna open my position. So that's my expectation, that the price will do that movement until 14 we're going up. If it's gonna happen 11, 12 or 13, I'm good with that. So it means, one more time, that this guy in the green should be up, and after that we can open short position, or we can scale some short position if you are in the losses right now. So I'm expecting the price here, then correction here, then we're gonna go up again probably until 22nd, 21st. And yes, my friends, I know that most of the time I'm telling you that we're gonna go lower until the end of July. But it means, my friends, if I'm gonna go on the daily time frame and I'm gonna delete all the drawings, it means that the price until the end of July, or even, you see, like the end of July, the end of June, end of July, end of August, it means that here price will be lower than here. It means that we're definitely gonna go lower than we've been on the 22nd of May. So the price could be 96,000, 102, 70. I know that it's hard to believe in that, but on the spot chart, we definitely could see that the price could reach even 39, 19, $24,000. I've been trying to tell you that for the last couple of months, but my friends, I'm not trying to scare you and put you in this state of like, I'm gonna sell everything right now. No, you need to know when you're buying, what you're buying, and when you're gonna sell it. And basically, if you know for what price you bought and for what price you expecting this asset to sell, you will have the most profitable strategy in the world. But right now, I'm telling you that here, in all these 3 dates, the end of June, the end of July, and the end of August, you know that most of the time we're trying to say to people, hey, we're not telling you to sell, we're telling when we are selling. But we definitely could tell you when it's really better time to buy. Oh, I'm sorry for that. I didn't show the screen. That's the worst thing when you're doing it by yourself. So here, all these 3 lines, the end of June, the end of July, the end of August. After that, my friends, you know that I will try to put all my money until the end of July. After that, we have one last pump until the end of this cycle. This cycle changed. This cycle is not the same as the previous cycle. And we've been telling you that we're expecting price to 72. We dropped to 74. So it means like, hey guys, from 8 till 14 of April, we've been trying to give you as much signals to buy, no matter what assets you're buying. Then on 12th of May, I told to subscribers on the TikTok, to the private group, and mostly everywhere that I sold almost everything, the half of assets which I bought here on the altcoins. And then I start to buying it back. And most of these altcoins give me like 30-40% profit. Then they drop on 30% lower. So it means that I fixed the profit and bought back way more assets than I was holding. So right now we have that situation. And why I'm so pretty sure that until the 22nd, 23rd of June, we're gonna see the pump. Only because of 2 of these green divergence. So you see that on the daily time frame, we have 2 bullish divergence. It means that when the price will reach that line, we're gonna have impulse. So the color of that chart will be changed to green one. And it means that after that divergence, we have impulse here and here that works all the time. But if we're gonna go on the other time frames, my friends, you need to be aware of few higher time frames that we are trying to show to people in our groups. So what do we have here? The 2 weekly time frame are in the red zone. So it means that anytime soon, probably in the next 2 or 3 months, we're gonna turn around from here till here. The weekly time frame, even if we are in the green zone, we're receiving that kind of signal here. You see the bearish divergence. If we're gonna go back in the past and we discuss how it was on the chart when we're receiving that signal, we will see that most of the time we were dropping and going lower from 20 to 40%. We're not gonna talk about something that happened here in 2021, because from here till here price drop on 70%. That's 2021. Almost the same thing that are happening right now. So in my opinion, we will do correction, then we're gonna go up, then we're gonna go down. So that's what I'm expecting from the weekly time frame of the Bitcoin. It means that I still gonna have a chance to put way more money in the market. And even if you or I gonna put money right now on the market, And basically you should understand that that's not financial advice. That's what I'm doing. That's what a lot of people in the world doing. Someone buying, someone selling, but I have courage to tell you that on public. So that means that I still have few more opportunities, the end of June, the end of July, and the end of August. But that's the daily time frame. If we're gonna go on the 4-hour time frame showing me the end of June, the beginning of July, the end of July. I'm gonna show you once again, but remember, we're trying to discuss the 4-hour time frame only just because it's give you a little bit more space for decision. It gives you a little bit more space for it gives you space for maneuver with your assets. So if we have the months and we split in months on the 2 buying points and we're getting the average price, most of the time you every month hearing from us 28th of February and 9th of March. You're hearing from us the beginning of April and something like of April. That date and that date. We're trying to give you 2 dates. So these 2 dates on the 4-hour time frame basically right now looks like here and here. The next one will be at the beginning of July. You see that? So we're trying to give you every month like one buying point, another buying point. But we are doing weekly analysis, weekly digest. So you can catch short, long position, etc. Like whatever kind of position you're trying to catch, if you know what you're doing, if you're respecting the market, if you're respecting the risk management, if you're not putting all your money in one trade and you're like, oh, I'm going to be rich in the next couple of hours. Sometimes it happens and you could be rich in the next couple of hours, but sometimes, I'm sorry. So, my friends, if we are discussing the 2 weekly time frame, we have the daily time frame, which are in the red zone in the bottom. So I'm expecting that we're gonna do something like that, maybe from 13th of June. And one more thing, if that's the middle of the channel, yeah, that's the line. The dotted line is the middle of the channel. Take a look how our channel are squeezing. So it means that we're not gonna have a huge green zone like it's here, or for example on the 12-hour. So it means if our channel are squeezing, the yellow line could do that, then we're gonna drop. So be aware of 14th of June. So first thing first, remember that from 13 we're gonna have correction until probably 17. Let me see that, 17, 18, and then we're gonna have one more bounce back until 21st, 22nd. And in my opinion, guys, in my humble opinion, like, who am I to say that? Like, stupid, beautiful, clever, smart, charismatic, rich, famous guy? Calm down. So, for what? But still I have space where to grow. So I have like how to be way better than I am right now. So in my opinion, until 21st to 22nd of June, we're gonna have one more all-time high. I know that it sounds ridiculous when you're trying to tell to people like, hey, the Bitcoin will drops. I know that. But I'm trying to catch all this movement. I show you that I'm open the short position from $111,200. I gave this limit order to people and I showed that it's almost 200% movement on the 20 leverage. So it means that the price dropped almost on 10% from the all-time high till that previous correction bottom. So that was the normal correction. And I was giving to you that limit order on 100,700 like weeks before it happened. But if I'm expecting price here, why I'm not putting all my money right now in the market? Because I have strategy. I don't try to bother myself with the FOMO or with the other news or if somebody telling me something. I'm trying to catch movement, and I think that I'm pretty good with that. Even if I'm doing some mistakes, I'm trying to solve them with the small blood, if I can say like that. So yes, my friends, we could see new all-time high, because right now and until probably the September, everything should scream on the media that we are going higher, higher, everything is good, everything is perfect, like we're solving all the problems with the climate, with the wars, with the, I don't know, with the stock market, with the money, with the gold, like flying to the moon. So everything should be screaming in the news, so people will put way more money there in the crypto market. Even those of you who didn't sell, for example, some stocks on the all-time high, or we discussed the Rolls-Royce price on the stock, on the stock market, we're discussing a lot of assets. So those of you who didn't fix probably the all-time high of those assets, you're still in profit, and most of you like, yeah, I made profit here, I'm gonna put my money to the crypto, because first the stable assets growing, the assets that could be supported by the government, etc., etc. Then the more risky assets will grow, like Bitcoin, then Ethereum, altcoins. So people were put in the state of the thoughts, and like, so we have the 4-year cycle, we have halving, and after that blah blah blah. The previous halving was the same before election when the Trump lose, and the 4 years before that when the Trump win in 2016 was the same halving, and everything was happening. So the people trying to put you in the state of, let's remember how it was. Let's talk about Hitler, let's talk about Ebola, let's talk about how people first time found America, or let's talk about anything that was happening before we all were born, when people was trying to hunt the huge elephants and some kind of like huge teeth lions. Let's talk about dinosaurs. Let's talk about whatever happened in the history. Especially like a lot of people right now talking about the history in the meaning of the films, in the meaning of media, in the meaning of everything. So I want to cut the crap. I want to cut this shit. I want to like, I want to breathe and think. So if everything gonna scream about the price of the Bitcoin and all crypto assets, Katie Woods, whatever whom gonna talk, the kids of the Trump, the mayor of New York, the Michael Saylor, or whatever other whom, I'm totally to the moon guy. Unfortunately, I was buying crypto since 2016, not before that. I'm totally bullish. But when you're trying to educate yourself, when you're trying to like look in the basement, look somewhere, when you're trying to find something that's hidden from the people, and especially you do not believe in the bullshit that they're trying to tell you in the media, in the news, you're trying to see a little bit more, because a lot of people are holding assets through the 10 years, 20 years, etc. years, and they don't know when to buy, when to sell. They're just like, yeah, I truly believe that, and it probably is going to happen. Like, no. So let's come back to the chart. And if everything's going to scream, it means that on the weekly time frame, first, let's see the monthly time frame. Few days ago, we had a bearish mark here, like the same mark that was here. To fix that divergence, the month should be closed. So the 22 days more will show us either it's gonna be here the bearish mark or not, because this system works on the quantum mathematical analysis. This is not something like, where is the wind? Oh yeah, from that side. Okay, so how many minutes I have before the sunset? Yeah, 15. No, it's not something you tossing the coin or you asking the tarot card or like trying to guess. No, this is the mathematical analysis. That's it. That's how it is. That's how it works. So right now we don't have the bearish divergence here. It means that it should be fixed. It should stuck there. It's gonna stuck there only if the candle will be closed. But on the monthly time frame, we see that we need to go lower. So just remember that. If we're gonna go on the 2 weekly time frame, from the 2 weeks, we already have the forecast which showing us that the price will go lower. On the weekly time frame, it shows that before that we're gonna go higher, and from August we're gonna go to the flat, to the correction, something like that. Even if here is gonna be flat, it's still gonna be all these movements ups and down. We're gonna try to catch them. That's why you should subscribe on us. That's why you should support us and motivate us to do more, because you don't have this system. Who has this system? We have. That was stupid. Yeah, I know that, but I'm not gonna kick myself. It's still like burning a little bit here, my cheek. So the daily time frame shows us like buy, sell. So please, I'm talking about this only almost for a year. Buy autumn 2024, sell December 2025, buy back. All every month I'm giving you the prices. So, but the end of the cycle for me will be here before November. It could be in October, it could be in November, it could be at the beginning of December. I don't know right now, because this is the mathematical analysis. Something should or could be recalculated. But if we're going on the 4-hour time frame, we're trying to catch all these movements every time. So if we're gonna take a look on the price of the Poloniex, this is the only cryptocurrency exchange which are really frightening me, because the only cryptocurrency exchange that has different forecast from the Binance, from the Kraken, from the whatever other cryptocurrency exchange you're gonna use. I will show you. For example, this is the Binance chart and this is the crypto chart. What's the difference between those charts? The crypto chart has information since 2009, so when Bitcoin just been dropped on the market. The Poloniex has price information since 2015. For example, BTC USDT, Binance has the price range since 2017. So take a look how it looks on the Poloniex. Not good, in my opinion. Yeah, in my opinion, it doesn't look good. So we're gonna put the red mark here. It shows us that from the end of July, or like everything here, take a look at this. Everything here is top. Yeah. So if I'm put a line here, or if I'm put it here, 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 everything shows me that, hello, my friends, sorry to bother you, but like the dick of your ex-boyfriend, always on the half of 6 p.m. Thanks God I'm not doing this on the TikTok, because he's so like sensitive. Oh my God, he's talking about the dicks. He's talking about the potential problem of the man house. Oh my God. Oh my God. Please stop it. Let's block him. So Poloniex, not good. But the daily time frame shows us that if we're gonna put that line here and gonna back on the weekly time frame, it means that we're gonna catch that movement. We're gonna try to catch that movement here. So if I'm gonna put exactly the same things on the daily time frame, and we can go on the 4-hour time frame, on the 1-hour time frame, on the 15 minutes time frame, we can catch all these movements. So it means that we need to find the will and the power and most likely money to buy back, to buy more on those 3 lines. So right now it shows us that the price from here till here will be lower. So if here we have 111, here we could have anything lower than 111. But inside of that movement, why we doing this weekly? We're gonna catch the 4-hour time frame. And the 4-hour time frame shows us buy here, sell here, buy back here, sell here, and then buy somewhere again. Yeah, so that's how it looks on the 4-hour time frame, and that's how it looks on the daily time frame. The price will go lower, but inside of that we can catch all these movements. If we are trying to catch Bitcoin for $20,000 and sell it for $100,000, we need to go on the weekly time frame. But how to catch all these movements on the weekly time frame? When our friend yellow line are turning around, the price will go lower. As I said to you before, here, I'm expecting that we're gonna go lower than higher. So it means that we can catch that movement down, then we're gonna go higher, then we're gonna go lower again. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say to you. The higher time frame contains lower time frame. In 1 week there is 7 days. In 1 day there is 24 hours. In 24 hours there is 24 1-hour candle, or for example 6 4-hour candles, or opposite 4 6-hour candles, or 2 12-hour candles. So it means that every time frame could show you exactly the same but more accurate picture on the lower time frame. If we have a structure, for example, yeah, so we have all this bullish structure. Inside of every week there is the daily structure. Inside daily structure there is the 4-hour structure. Inside of 4-hour structure, for example, we have this bullish structure, yeah. Inside of that we are going on the 15 minutes and our structure going up. Then we break in the structure, we going down. Then we break in the structure, we going up. Breaking the structure, this is the false breaking, but still, like, no matter what you are analyzing, what you are like trying to analyze, there is the structure, and we're always trying to trade by the structure. Then we again breaking the structure. So inside the huge 4-hour time frame, inside the bigger 1 weekly or daily time frame, there is smaller structure. So that's why you choosing who you want to be. I want to be daily trader, I want to be scalper, I want to be like swing trader, I want to be short, middle, or long-term investor, or I want to work in McDonald's. That's your decision, that's your opinion, that's your responsibility, that's your life, that's your profit, that's your losses. I don't give a fuck about that. But all we care about is the money, because money helps us to live better life. So it means that when you understanding how the structure was built on the 4-hour time frame, I show it to you. This is the 4-hour time frame. This is 15 minutes time frame. It's still showing us the same movement, but inside of that you can catch all these ups and downs, ups and downs. So on the Poloniex, we have almost the same dates, which showing us that you definitely should try to catch that moment from 27 till 4th. And right now, what day is it today? 8th of June. I'm telling you, my friends, that the first week of July, they're gonna drop some news. So I don't know what's gonna happen. The Elon Musk will throw his shit in the Trump car, or I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, the Joe Rogan will say. So I have information, you know, like basically I don't know. I don't want to think about that. I'm out from the media, I'm out from the news right now, but we all knew that they have a fight. So if you're gonna look on the picture of this video, you will find the Elon Musk and Trump. And two most powerful and two fucking insane rich persons in this country and in that world. One most like fucking insanely smart person and one the most powerful person, the president of the richest country in the world, the president of the most powerful military defense or not defense country in the world, and the guy who invent fucking PayPal, the guy who invent the rockets which could go to the moon or in space and come back. I just bought the Starlink Mini. That's fucking tiny thing that will give me the signal anywhere in the world. The guy who said to the Apple, hey guys, maybe you're gonna use our Starlink system, so if the people with the new iPhones don't have the signal, they can just turn on the Starlink and use the signal. So the guy who owns social media and the other guy who owns the almost biggest social media in the world, they have a fight on public. You want to tell me that that wasn't scripted, that wasn't something like when I have a fight in social media with some kind of Ukrainians or whatever other people from the world who's hating me in the comments, who's doing something, I'm the grown-up man. And I have my parents, my girlfriend, my friends who's telling me, chill out, my friend, leave it, be higher than this. And I was like, yeah, sounds good, maybe I should skip that fight, maybe I shouldn't tell something about that or whatever. And you will tell me that anyone in the world, especially his press attaché or whatever whom, PR, marketing, like who cares what, wouldn't tell to Trump and wouldn't tell to Elon Musk that that will affect the markets? You're trying to tell me that the Elon Musk came to the White House on the press conference, the live press conference, with the black eye and something like, the guy who will fucking made the revolution of the cars, who made the revolution of the cars, and who will make the revolution of the robots, he doesn't think about how it will affect the price of his company. So I'm gonna leave the Dodge and I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna put more my time, my energy in my companies. The guy who's probably reptiloid or has some kind of Neuralink, his own chip in his brain, or whatever, I don't care. And this system been telling you, we're gonna have correction from that states. I was kicked off from the Bitcoin conference 2025 when I was telling to people, hey guys, second plus minus 1 day. Sorry for bothering you. I'm not trying to scream, I'm not trying to do some kind of like stand-up show with the signs, hey, pay attention to me. You remember this guy who walked into Starbucks and he was screaming, hey, those of you who's gonna buy me a coffee, I'm gonna talk to you about the crypto. I wasn't doing that. We're dropping every day some kind of videos and showing how it was, and we're gonna drop the whole video on the YouTube, and you will see that I was like the chillest guy on the conference. I was like, I don't give a fuck. If you need that information, you're gonna ask me. They kicked me, then that's happened. And who get the profit? So we've been trying to tell you, we're gonna have new all-time high before that, then we're gonna open short position, then we're gonna open long position, etc, etc, etc. And they are fighting like kids in the kindergarten, and nobody can tell them like, hey, that's not how the president of the company, of almost the biggest company in the world, and the president of the almost richest, biggest, most powerful country in the world should act. And you think that Trump, if he had anything to do with Epstein, anything like 1%, he was hearing how Epstein was to some kind of anybody, pony, llama, or how that funny animal, capybara, or maybe kids, as they proclaim, yeah, like they claiming that these guys were doing that. And I watched this video on the YouTube. I love this documentary. I don't care about this guy, I don't care about P. Diddy, I don't care about anyone. But you telling me that this guy couldn't prevent that? No way. The Elon will disappear from this planet in a minute or in a second. And exactly the same are happening with the presidents. Go back in history. We always trying to go back in history because history repeats itself. Go back in history and count how many presidents were eliminated. So I truly believe that that was manipulation to receive that moment on the market and show people that nothing could affect Bitcoin. Nothing. And we're gonna have one more, few more, three more correction of the price before something huge will happen. And they're gonna tell you in the news like, oh, that's why the price goes down. And we're gonna tell you when that's gonna happen, when they're gonna drop this news. So right now, I wanna go back to Bitcoin volatility. So what do we have right now? I'm gonna take a look at the daily time frame. The Bitcoin volatility are going down. From here till here, it's going down and it's gonna go lower, lower, lower. We're not gonna watch everything that we discussed on the previous live stream. Go back and watch previous live streams. If you need that, you can go there. But my friends, please remember, we're not trying to scare you. First thing first, we have that divergence and that guy are going up. So it means before that bottom, which we have on the 4th, on the 3rd, on the 2nd of July, the Bitcoin volatility will go lower. So hey, what's happening? So it means that we can have something like that. And once again, if the volatility will come back here, I don't even couldn't imagine what's the price movement will be. But if we have that something going back on the Bitcoin will happen on the 4th, the first week of July, yeah, here, the volatility will start. So it means that when the volatility are growing and the Bitcoin are falling, it means that it could give us some kind of that movement. Then the volatility goes up until September, my friend, until September. So it means that from the, where is that Bitcoin? Where is that 4-hour time frame? From here, so if we have the volatility, the bottom of volatility will be here. It means from the 2nd till the 5th, 6th, whatever, first week of July, the Bitcoin will do really big movement down and then really big movement up. So it shows me it's trying to, I don't know what I want to say with that. It seems like we're gonna have bigger volatility from first thing first, 4-hour time frame. Take a look at this from here till here. Yeah, guys, please use your brains. So if we have on the Bitcoin that the price will go higher until 14, then we're gonna drop until 17, then we're gonna go higher again till 21st. And as I said to you, in my opinion, we will go higher from here, from 106 to 108, something like that, $1,000. Then we're gonna drop to 105, something like that. And after that, until 21st, 22nd of June, we're gonna put new all-time high. And the Bitcoin volatility showing me that from 10th of June, the volatility will go up till 21st. Try to catch that attention. Where and what movement will be bigger? So if we have the biggest volatility from 16 till 21st, it means that from here, from 17 till 22nd, 21st of June, the Bitcoin will give us the huge candle, huge green candle. But on the daily time frame, my friends, the Bitcoin volatility showing us that we're still going lower until beginning of July. So the first week of July will be huge impulsive movement down on the Bitcoin. And after that, until September, that's where everything gonna happen. That's probably gonna be the same thing that was in November when we're trying to say to you, hey guys, you should buy on 4th of November. And then we've been trying to tell you when you should sell at the middle of December. So if that's what's gonna happen, by the way, in the next couple of minutes, I'm gonna check how many likes I received from you. I think this is the lowest payment that you can do. I'm not asking you to send money to do something else, like a lot of people paying. Like, I'm gonna check it, and if I'm not gonna be satisfied, I'm sorry, we're not gonna discuss anything else except Bitcoin and Tesla. That's gonna be okay, thank you very much. And we have the new guest in our studio, and that's nobody, because I'm threatening you with that. If I'm not gonna be satisfied with the amount of likes, that's gonna be the end. So until beginning of July, till the beginning of September, that's where the most interesting thing gonna happen with the Bitcoin. And the next guest in our studio is the Bitcoin dominance. So if the Bitcoin dominance will do something that I draw here, we're gonna have a really huge movement on the altcoins, but not right now. Because if we're gonna go on the weekly time frame, in my opinion, in that time zone from the beginning of July till middle of November, the Bitcoin dominance will go lower. I do not believe in 40%. I do not believe too many money from the institutional hedge funds, traders, etc. Were put in the market for the last year and a half. So if we have the ETF at the beginning of 2024 in, I think it was something like 9 of January, I don't remember. So from there, it's 18 months already. And too many money were put in the market from Saudi Arabia, MicroStrategy, BlackRock, Cathie Wood, you bought it on whatever price you bought it. So I do not believe that we're gonna see the Bitcoin dominance lower than 40% until the end of 2026. And that's something interesting. And before I'm gonna end with the Bitcoin market cap and the Bitcoin futures, I'm telling you one last time, if I'm not gonna be satisfied with the likes, you're not gonna receive that information which I'm trying to tell you about the altcoins. So I'm expecting that the Bitcoin dominance will be something like 52% until November 2025. After that, we will see what's gonna happen. So the market cap of the Bitcoin, first alarm notification are here. It seems like everything should do that movement. And that divergence are here. That's fixed. That's not gonna move anywhere. So that was the 2021. Take a look at the Bitcoin market cap from $1.2 trillion to something like, oh my God, $300 billion. So it's like we drop 4 times in the market cap of the Bitcoin when we receive that kind of divergence. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just telling you that we have this signal. And it means, my friends, again, if the Bitcoin market cap shows us that anytime soon from the August till September, we're gonna go to the huge correction, and we're receiving the bearish divergence on the weekly time frame of the Bitcoin market cap, I think that that's not good sign for Bitcoin and Bitcoin price. So just remember that. If we're going to talk about the futures on the Bitcoin, it shows, if we're going to talk about the futures on the Bitcoin, it shows exactly the same picture that from the end of July, or maybe even from the end of the year, we're going to have one more deeper correction. So we have one movement down and then another movement down, but it's too far away. It's too far away from now. We're trying to be inside the market here and today. So it shows us almost the same picture, and it shows, it's trying to tell us, and take a look at this. Only just because the future CME chart of the Bitcoin, it's a little bit different from the Bitcoin chart. Here we have this divergence, and it's gonna be here. So it means that as soon as possible, we're gonna have one more time that divergence here, and I'm gonna put the notification here. I'm gonna put the notification here. So bearish cross inside channel minus per bar message. We are BTC 1 month. Save. Let it be like that. And I'm gonna put one more notification on the hidden bearish divergence. So inside the channel, bearish, hidden bearish. Sonia, good morning. I don't know. So she just woke up. She was doing like party yesterday. Okay, we have that notification and that notification. So I'm definitely gonna receive the same divergence that we have here on this guy. So why shouldn't I trust that signs that everything will drop badly? really badly. The total showing us, I'm sorry, I don't want to bother you, but we have a problem. So I think that it's gonna happen like that, and that's gonna happen like that. On the monthly time frame, we are in the red zone. On the 2 weekly time frame, we are in the red zone. So everything's are screaming that as soon as possible, there is gonna be the end of the crypto market cycle. So it means that we're gonna put whole market in the crypto winter. I survived 2 crypto winter. And I'm proud of myself because I wasn't feared to buy more. I wasn't feared to buy back, to accumulate. And the most perfect thing that I wasn't so fucking greedy not to fix partly my profit. Back in 2021, I didn't fix all my assets. And part of these assets are stocked on the wallets of my passed away partner. I've been telling you on the previous week. He passed away and he took almost $210,000 of my own money. That's unfortunately. But the worst thing in that case, the assets that he were holding, the asset that he were buying in 2021 drops 10 times. So basically, I lost friend and $21,000. But before that, I was fixing partly profit. So that's the main reason why I'm telling to people in the private group, hey guys, I fixed. And today, fixation was, oh, we go higher. I fixed that guy. I want to tell you because I was buying here. And I fixed that today. I think on 96, on 86. But where we can buy it back, here and here. And that's enough. We're gonna check how many likes I received. 182, way then more. Thank you very much. So that means we're gonna talk more about crypto market. Thank you very much. That's waiting enough for me. So the USDT dominance showing us, you see from here till here we go up. So that was like the previous line. And right now I'm gonna put one more line here. So it means until 12, 13, 14, the USDT dominance showing us that it will go lower until 13 plus minus 1 day of June. It means that all crypto market will go higher. After that, we're gonna go higher until 18 of June, plus minus 1 day. So it means that whole crypto market will go to the correction. Remember, I've been telling you about 108 and $105,000. So after that, we're gonna go lower until 22nd. And it means if the USDT dominance going lower, the whole crypto market and basically the Bitcoin going higher. So that's why I'm expecting the new all-time high until 22nd of June. But, sorry for that. But from 22nd of June, we see that the USDT dominance are going up until beginning of July. So please, one more time, my friends, that's not something scared, but first week of July, right before my birthday, I'm gonna put hundreds of thousands of dollars in the market. Hundreds of thousands. Because if I'm gonna be right and we're gonna see the bottom in July, and if I'm gonna put, for example, 500,000 in the market and it's gonna double the price, I'll be happy. So the first week of July, please remember that. Everything right now are showing us that the first week of July will be disaster. And the next we are moving too far away from today, but the next one is the end of July. So, my friends, the last thing in that discussion of the USDT dominance, we're not gonna go on the weekly time frame. I don't need it right now. Showing us that from July, August, the dominance will go lower with all these ups and downs, with all this correction. It's not gonna happen like, no, we're gonna go slightly up, down. One asset will perform, while asset will stock, and you will be, I'm gonna sell that asset and I'm gonna buy those assets that are performing right now because the Pepe give X5 and my, for example, I don't know, DOT are still trading in the flat, so I'm gonna sell my DOT. Most of you gonna sell it in the losses, and I'm gonna buy Pepe because Pepe are to the moon. And when you buy in Pepe, everything are dropping to the bottom. I'm trying to see the battery level. I hope I'm not gonna miss when the battery will die. Or I can put the charger there right now. But no, let's move further. So it shows us that the lowest USDT dominance in that cycle will probably be at the end of October. That's why all these months and weeks I'm trying to tell you guys, the end of the year, this is the end of the cycle. That's it. Like, I'm gonna quit the market. You do whatever you want to do, but you watching this video, you following us, you trying to understand that that's why we're trying to give you that information that September, October, November, some assets will do their last movement up, and we need to be prepared for that. So the total too, exactly the same. It show us the beginning of July. I'm gonna put it to the beginning of July, okay, if you don't mind, like that. And August, the total tree, exactly the same, but the end of July. So some assets, excluding BTC and Ethereum, will go lower until the end of July. And others, that's excluding top 10 altcoins, so Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, USDC, the stable coin are exactly top 10. And few other assets like Pepper, Ripple, Ton, what's there? You can watch the coin market cap and you will see what's there. So everything will go lower until 24th. And one more thing, guys, you should understand that that cycle wouldn't be exactly the same as it was in 2021 or as it was in 2017, because back in the days, like at the beginning of the crypto bull runs in 2017, my first bull run, there was like few thousands of assets. So it means that the whole market cap was split and divided on those assets. Back in 2021, there was like 8 or 10,000 assets, and whole $3 trillion market cap was divided on those assets. Right now, there is 35 million cryptocurrency on the market. And most of them are dying in the first week because this is the Ponzi scheme of the meme coins on the Solana, on the TRX, on whatever other network. So you should remember that all this market cap, which are right now $3.3 trillion, are divided on 30 million assets. Too many assets are there, and most of this capital are in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has $2.1 trillion, and everything else, every 35 million other assets has only $1.2 trillion. So please do not expect only those assets that you're not holding, only those assets that you can have the insider information will outperform like X 10,000% or whatever. But most of the time, if you don't know the developers of those assets, if you don't know some kind of insider information that somebody gonna buy this asset and somebody gonna say that in the media, like it was back in 2021 with all the NFT. So Logan Paul just bought $1 million and Justin Bieber just bought that. That's fucking insane. I was the guy, my friend from the New York, he's so obsessed with the Chris Brown, the United States rapper, singer, and he was like calling me, hey dude, give me $500, we're gonna buy the most, the fucking, yeah, that's I'm still holding that NFT somewhere on the wallet. I don't know, like I don't even know where are they. And basically like a year ago, another friend who's like mostly in NFTs, he's like obsessed with NFTs, he's holding too many NFTs, and he was like, hey, the guy who made CryptoPunks, he dropping that NFT, there is only 100 NFTs supply, and he gonna do some kind of VIP access to the VIP access groups or whatever, etc. So you can get this NFT for $500 right now because supply are so limited and everybody wanna buy this. So we bought 2 NFTs for $500 to get this VIP access to the groups, to the events of the CryptoPunks, etc. And right now, almost like a year after that, there is still like 3/4 of supply, still nobody bought that. So the Imanga G made his NFT, which giving you access to the private groups. There's the guy in our community who's like, I made the NFT and that NFT given access to my group where people receiving your information. I was like, that's my boy. Monetize information. Try to make profit from everything. That's my boy. So I was like, yeah, you're doing great. You're doing really good things. And there is a lot of people who trying to deduct their taxes through losses on realized losses on NFT. So that's not something crazy that's gonna happen as it was in 2017 or 2021. I'm not gonna talk about anything that was happening since 2009 till 2016. I wasn't there. I know about the Bitcoin, but I don't have money for that. Believe me, if you are living in Ukraine and somebody telling you, hey, buy this thing for $800 and you trying to collect $800 for your first iPhone, you was like, you fucking kidding me? You want me to buy that thing for $800? You can get blowjob for $20. Like, this is the top. $20, this is like the best blowjob on the street. So that wasn't like my case, and I wouldn't made things up, and I wouldn't tell like, hey, I was holding the Bitcoin since. No, I was fucking stupid and young student. So let's talk about Ethereum, my friends. So that's something that I was drawing for you on the previous live stream, or for the people from the live stream in the private group. I was expecting that we're gonna go a little bit higher, then we're gonna go lower. But I gave people the limit order on the buy and selling, and I'm gonna delete that right now. I'm gonna clear the chart. So right now, I'm expecting that the price of the Ethereum will go lower. And if you're gonna ask me, where is my limit order? My first limit order is on 2541. I think there, give me a second, please, on the, yeah, I think somewhere there, 2541. I'm gonna try to catch this short position. If we're gonna go higher, I'm gonna scale my position definitely something like on $2,700. But I do not believe that Ethereum will do that right now. The structure of the chart of the price of this asset looks for me really bad, really bad. So it means that if we're not gonna break through that price range in the next couple of days, like until 12 or 13, and we're gonna break one more time through that level, the price will drop on the daily time frame. I think that we're gonna be something like here. But the first stop will be definitely gonna be somewhere on 2100, something like here. That's the first stop. So we need to check if we could break through that level, if we're gonna stuck here and we're gonna trade until the beginning of August, then we're gonna go up until maybe $3,100. I'm not putting any money on that. The only one limit order was given to the private group is $1,397. But then I sold everything here. Yes, that was my mistake. Yes, that was my mistake. But there was no mistake in buying. There was mistake in selling. Because you know that I was expecting that the price will go really lower. But that's fine with me. We have this divergence, so it means that if we're gonna go higher and we're gonna break through the middle of this channel, we definitely could be here. But the limit is there and I'm expecting price lower, so let it be like that. The XRP, right now, I'm holding long position and I gave it long position to not so many people, unfortunately. And in my opinion, until 12, exactly the same as the Bitcoin, we're gonna go higher with the small correction, maybe somewhere like here. That's gonna be the first, and that's gonna be the second one, something like here. Like, I do not expect price way lower than that range in the next couple of days. Nothing huge gonna happen. It's already been there. Like the Trump are arguing with the Elon Musk. Who cares about that? But my friends, we have the same signal on the 4-hour time frame that shows us the first week of the July. Solana. Right now, I'm in a long position, and basically, I think that's gonna give me good profit right now. Not the good profit, but 58%. That's way than enough. Like for, and this is the XRP right now. When you're doing like the risk management trades and you're not putting all your money in one trade, you're not expecting to be this whale who lost $100 million on one trade, and then he was trying to tell everyone like, hey, they are trying to fuck me. So basically, my friends, everything that was happening with this guy who lost, I don't remember his name, who lost 100 something like that $1 million on one trade, who was opening long position on the Bitcoin, on the cryptocurrency exchange, where every trade are open for the people. He was expecting that even that exchange wouldn't fuck him. And I was like, so if the price goes your way and you made $100 million, what's gonna be your tweet? Top G, I'm doing money. Yes, I am who I am. Like people expecting to do profit all the time. People are so fucking dumb and crazy that they're like, yeah, I'm opening trades, so it's definitely gonna go my way. No, it's not. Open two exactly the same trades on the two different exchanges. One of them will go your way. That's like you putting on the red and you putting on the black. But if you have strategy and if you understand what you're doing, you're definitely going to be profitable. Even if your risk reward is 1 = 3 and you're doing 3 losses in the row, the fourth one will give you profit. Think about that. Think about that all the time. And for Solana, I want to see price. Basically, that was the zone, and that's where I was expecting the price. Guys, one more time, I'm not drawing anything except the live streams. So it means I'm not gonna draw anything until I'm gonna do the live stream for the private group. So that was expectation. Once again, we reached that level. From there, we're going up. We don't need that. We don't need that. But right now, my friends, we have two zones. So that's the zones where we should expect the Solana until 20 of June. So buy, sell, buy. Okay, fine with me. I'm not doing all the time these things. And it means that you need to buy here, not here. So the prediction gives you the dates, the trading model. Oh, sorry for that. Sorry for that. Sorry, I delete everything. So I go back. I go back. So that's how, sorry for that, my friends. I was thinking that I was showing you. So that's how it looks. And we have that line here. So until 20 of June, we're probably gonna go higher. That's how it was from the previous live streams. But if that's showing us the date, that's showing us exactly when. So it means that you should buy here. Or when we're given the vertical lines, the perfect vertical line. So buy here, sell here, buy here. Fine with me. Let's delete that. Let's delete that. And when I'm given the zones, I'm expecting that the price will do that, but you need to open your short position from the zone. Even if the price will move here, you're gonna scale your position. So the price, we're expecting the zone, then we're going down to the yellow line. Where is the yellow line? Here. You see that? We're gonna delete that once again. We're gonna delete that. And right now, we're gonna put exactly the same zone here and one more zone here. So it means that probably I'm gonna fix my position here. I'm gonna see something like that correction, then we're gonna go up here. I wouldn't say that we're gonna break through that zone. This is really big movement up, but I'm expecting for the price to do something like that. And if we're gonna talk about the end of June, the beginning of July, on the daily time frame, it looks exactly the same. So be aware of that. And the next buying point is the beginning of September. One of my favorite assets, but not right now. The previous one, we catch that moment when they dropped the news that Elon Musk are collaborating with the Telegram. And mostly like find the link in description on our Telegram group. I'm telling you guys, download the Telegram. This is the future of the conversation. Nobody will get access to your conversation. You can do too many things. There is inside of Telegram, there is like the business opportunity for you, for your kids, for your family, for your business. There is a lot of solutions for your business. So just think about that. Try to understand. You should try to understand how the what?
Is it advertising?
No, that's not advertising, my darling. Nobody pay me for that.
No, it just sounds like it. That's why.
It does not sound like that, my darling. Go show yourself in the cameras. Go show yourself. So you see, we have the divergence here and then it disappeared. That's how it's happening. So that if the divergence appear here, it will be fixed permanently only after closing the candle. So the tone showing me that we probably will do something, something like that. That's what I'm waiting from the tone. I really want to see price somewhere like here. Somewhere like here. That's where I'm probably gonna buy a lot of ton coins. I'm not gonna talk about every assets, even if you are waiting for that. We're gonna take a look at the gold. The buying point is here. The daily buying point is almost there, exactly the same. The beginning, so from the middle of June till the middle of July, when that guy will be at the bottom, you definitely could buy gold. So in my opinion, that could be something like that. Yeah, we were posting about the gold for $4,000 since the price was here, and we're still going there. Let's take a look how the DXY feel itself. So the movement down here, then movement up, the movement down here, and right now the movement up is not so big, so it's showing me that we probably need to take, yeah, on the weekly time frame. That's where we should start to feel some kind of fear on the crypto market from the end of September. Because when the DXY index, dollar index, will go higher, for example, just remember the January, and the previous one, for example, the September 2024 and the beginning of January, September 2024 or 2022, sorry for that, 2022. Here it is, you see? And the DXY index, here it is. And the next one at the top here, January. Where is the January? January, the bottom here. And the next one, sometimes it's not correlating, sometimes it's happening. So yeah, it's discorrelated or uncorrelated. I don't know how to say that, but still, I'm gonna wait that we're gonna go probably somewhere here, and after that, something like that. And let's go further with the SPX. I don't know, we can find where we've been talking about the SPX. The selling, the next selling somewhere here. Let's not go back in time. Like, I don't care what was there. You can go and watch all the live streams. When you're not giving us the likes, when you're not giving us support, we're not giving you information. That's how it works. But first thing first, my friends, how to say that? Probably with the, we have the new guest in our studio. Give me a second, please. So my Pimple. Hello, Mr. Pimple. What do you think about the SPX? So thank you for question. In my humble opinion, I think that in the nearest future, we're gonna see the huge market crash. Thank you, Mr. Pimple. And guys, that's not something that I wanna see, but it is what it is. And it shows us that this guy should turn around anytime soon. So if we're gonna put that line here, it shows us that probably for the next 15 months, we're gonna see the movement down. So in my opinion, if we have top here, yeah, we have top here. So it's like $6,100 for the S&P and the bottom here. And we already have that movement, which gave us the correction on 21%. And if in the next couple of weeks we're not gonna stop here, the correction will be lower. So it's gonna be here. And if I'm gonna take a look on the daily time frame, I will see 20 and most likely 27, something like that. So for that guy, I'm gonna do more correctly. We're going up, we're going down, we're probably going up, and then we're going down. So that's how I'm gonna leave that here. If we're not gonna stuck here in that moment in the next 2 months, we're definitely gonna go lower. Maybe 4,300, maybe 4,500. That's what I see. That's what could happen. The Nasdaq showing us exactly the same thing, but the Nasdaq go to the correction a little bit deeper than the S&P 500. So once again, we have that all-time high, yeah? If the price wouldn't stop here and trade for a few days or maybe even for a few weeks in that range, it means that we're gonna go lower. I'm gonna delete that line because, like, you know, if a lot of bloggers, a lot of influencers, too many people talking like if, I'm the guy who put in my money in the market. I'm the guy who's like, so you telling me that you're gonna sell everything that you bought from the end of March and beginning of April? You remember this live stream when I was telling you, like, from tomorrow, every day I'm gonna put $10,000 in some stocks. So you wanna say that you're gonna sell probably in the next few days everything that you bought on the stock market? Oh yeah, thank you for question once again. So yeah, thank you for questions. So yeah, basically I'm gonna do that. That's not financial advice, my friend. So if we're gonna take a look here on the 4-hour time frame, it will show us something like that. So we're going up here, we're taking this liquidity, we're going down here, we're taking this liquidity. Maybe we are going somewhere here, but after that we are going down. So that's what I want to see on the all-time frames. And yeah, that will be really good. That will be really good if we're gonna be here until November 2026. That's, in my opinion, will be a really good correction of all this movement. But even my friends, even if the price will be in that range, I'm gonna be proud of myself. But it's too early to talk about that. That's why we like just look at the timing. Don't look on anything else. And right now we're gonna talk about this conflict with the Trump and Elon Musk. So first thing first, that's not something that I put here today or any other week. So let's go on the Tesla, on any previous time frames and layouts. Let's go back there. That's fucking insane. I so fucking love myself. Tell me please how the sound right now. So first of all, I will really appreciate if you're gonna give me your nickname, so I will block you. Because if I'm a dickhead, then your mother love my hat. I'm gonna try to find you. Give me a second, please. Give me a second, please. I hope the sound is good. Sorry, that's sometimes happening when you are doing the live streams alone. Give me a second, please. Just read these messages, like too many people are so fucking rude, but that's fine with me. So where is that guy? Where is that guy? I need to find him. So here he is. Go to channel and block him. The guy posting old cars. That's so... How to block him? Share your report. Block. I save him from that information. Who wants to be saved as well? Just let me know. Just let me know. I'm here for you. So do Tesla again.
Here, yeah.
Give me a second, please. Oh my God. Oh my God, that was such a long...
On any
Nothing about the Tesla. So I want to say sorry for that. I'm here alone. That's not easy. That's why like people should support me. And yeah, thank you very much. Thanks to everyone. I'm going to repeat what's happening with the Tesla once again. So I was showing you how was the drawings on the previous live streams, how they were made, and you can watch them and you will find everything there. So in my opinion, everything that's happening with the Tesla, that's not coincidence. That's something that should happen. And I will explain you why. If we're gonna go back to that chart that was here or any other layout, is once again, I'm doing the drawings on the live streams. So probably from tomorrow, the Tesla will go up, maybe to 320, maybe to even $340. Then we're gonna go to the correction, and probably there's gonna be in 265, something like that. Then we're gonna go up again until the beginning of July, and that could be somewhere, in my opinion, here. $365, $400. From there, we're gonna go lower. So why I'm so pretty sure that that's not gonna be the biggest movement in the recovery of the Tesla, only just because the weekly time frame showing me that we should go to the deeper correction. So the deeper correction, where I put it, that's how it was probably from the previous live stream or 2 live streams before. That's the yellow line. You can find everything on the YouTube. So I'm expecting price here or even here. So that's why, my friends, this is the good sign for you to just, hey, check this out. Maybe you should consider to buying Tesla on the weekly time frame, something like September, and on the daily time frame, middle of September and the beginning of February. And I will explain you why the price will go lower, because everyone who's talking about the AI, the Elon Musk, fuck, I'm not showing you the chart. What the fuck is wrong with me? Guys, sorry for that. Once again, I was showing you how it was made on the previous live streams and how it's right now. Yeah, the same, the previous live streams. We have the bearish divergence here, so it means that the price should go lower. And if we're gonna go back to that screen, to that chart, it shows that we're definitely gonna see Tesla lower than $200. We're definitely gonna see that. And in my opinion, we could see that on $100. And the fight, the hype, the conflict between government of United States, especially Trump and Elon Musk, will be bigger. So they gonna play this scheme, they gonna play this scenario probably until September. So why they doing that? Because they need to put price so fucking low that people will disrespect Elon Musk way more than they disrespect him right now. That people wouldn't believe in him, in his cars, in everything that he are doing. And the price probably somewhere like $100 or from $200 to $100. That's gonna be something like the Rubicon for people to make their decisions. For example, I'm gonna sell everything tomorrow that I was buying, as I said to you, on the stock market. And I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, if we're gonna go higher on 10% or 20%, because I was buying at the bottom when I was telling you from the previous live streams. But they're gonna put Tesla so low, and then when Tesla will announce that you can get your own robot, we all knew that they're gonna drop the robotic taxi, they're gonna release the Tesla robot. People who has extra chromosome, people who's putting all these stickers on their Tesla, that Tesla was bought before Elon was going crazy. Oh, this is pre-crazy Elon Tesla. People who's selling, damaging, burning, whatever, doing with their own property, with their own money, and especially if they are still paying loans for this Tesla, that's fucking insane. So those people, they will sell everything right now. They're like, fuck you, Elon, yeah, vaffanculo. So most of the time, they're doing that kind of hype, like the worst news, the worst thing happening with the Elon, etc., etc., etc. He's a narcoman. He's don't know what he's doing. He's damaging his own company. He's like, I don't know what they're gonna tell next. That he's fucking horses, or by the way, there is like interesting website with that kind of content. So they're gonna drop everything on him, and he's gonna took it like the man. Maybe even they will ask him to leave the CEO chair of a Tesla company. They're not gonna do that with the SpaceX or Neuralink, but Tesla will definitely gonna struggle, and probably that struggling will be until September or February 2026. So we see that here and here. So in my opinion, my friends, we've been telling to you that weeks and months before it happened. From here, my friends, from here till here, we're going down. Here, we start buying. I was telling you, I'm buying every day on $10,000. So from here till here, down. Then recovery. We've been telling to you, just go and watch all this video when I'm like staying in front of the Teslas, etc., etc. Hey guys, relax, buy, because everything will go up again. Right now, they are drawing the chart with that kind of structure, that everything are recovering and everything will go higher, but they are dropping the news which are putting the price lower. So it means that people will start believe that the price will go lower, and the price will go lower. It's the matter of your how to say that? Where is your limits when you're gonna sell Tesla? So they need to check these levels. Some people sold here, so it means that their stop loss is lower. So if the price will be here, some people will close their position because they're gonna lost the trust, and they're not gonna put their money in the Tesla because Elon Musk is really bad. So some of them will sell here, some of them and most of them will sell here because that's the really huge support level. I'm not the guy who's trading support and resistance levels, but it's still working for most of the people. So this is the level when most of people will sell. But if I'm gonna tell you that we have opportunity, we really have opportunity to see Tesla in that range until February. Until February 2026, and most of the people will sell and I'm gonna buy as I bought here. I don't know why I didn't sell here. I don't know why, but it's fine with me. I'm gonna when you're not giving me support and likes, I'm not watching the chart, and I don't need to watch it because my life is not chart. My life is not money, only money. The content is about the trading, is about investments. The main video posting, my phone is like fucking blowing up from the trading chats, etc. But I'm not doing it all the time. So right now I see that sign. I should see that 1 week ago, but if I see it right now, I'm definitely gonna sell it. And I'm probably gonna sell it, my friends, as I said to you before. Even if not tomorrow, where is that? Where is that? If not tomorrow, for $300, maybe I'm gonna put the limit order on 320, something like that. Because we need to do that movement up, and then we're gonna go down. But once again, my friends, I'm not gonna go on the 4-hour time frame. September and October, that's where everything will be bad for Tesla. So even if we're gonna go, I think I draw it here. No, where? Yeah, here. Even if the price will do that movement, so 320, 260, 270, then we're gonna come back to 300, something like that, until the beginning of July. And probably from there, maybe, like, you see, I'm trying to think about it. Maybe I'm not gonna sell right now. I'm not gonna sell on 320. I'm gonna sell back on that level, and from there we're gonna go lower. Can I put the same lines here? Give me a second, please. So we have 197, am I right? 104, 138, 197. Yeah, so that's my expectations. Either it's gonna happen like that, in September or February. So in my opinion, that's why they're doing that things, so people will stop believing in the Tesla, in Elon. They're gonna sell their assets, and then they're gonna drop all this robotechnics, robotaxi, everything. Maybe even something huge, something bigger, something like, from now on, robots could, I don't know what, but they will. And from that, the Tesla will outperform. Maybe to 400, maybe even to, let me see, my friends. I will tell you. 600, yeah, 6,800. So if I'm gonna put it here, that's my opinion. So if we're gonna take a look on the monthly time frame, we're gonna go down, then we're gonna go up. That's how I see the Tesla. I'm not gonna do any kind of post. I'm not gonna try to like remind you about that. I'm good with the information that I'm posting here. So friends, 2 hours of the live stream, that's way than enough. I think that's we talk about everything. We talk about too many things. We discuss a lot of things. I'm telling you, thank you. I'm telling you, have a great, wonderful, and profitable, most of the time, profitable weekend. You know what I want to take a look? You know what I want to take a look? I will do one more thing, because I wasn't doing that in the previous few days, but it's really interesting for me. That's happening here, because on the daily time frame, I think on the daily time frame, yeah, on the daily time frame, we're going down. Yeah, the MTSR will go lower, way lower. Give me a second, please. Yeah, exactly the same things will happen with the MTSR. As we see on the Bitcoin, the price go up until 20, 21st, 22nd, then we're gonna go to the correction. Then one more time, you see here, July, correction. But I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna invest. I'm not gonna trade. I'm not gonna buy this asset probably until September. I want to see price lower. I'm not gonna put any lines right now. I just don't need that. I hope you don't need that as well. I'm telling you, thank you. I'm telling you, have a wonderful week. Respect. First thing first, respect yourself, because I never met any hater who could be so clever, smart, and charismatic as I am. So if you're trying to hate me, you will lose. If I'm gonna read that, if I'm gonna like put my attention on that, I'm gonna say or type way worse things that you gonna like even try to think about it. Because I don't have limits, I don't have borders. If somebody touching me, why shouldn't I touch anybody else? But I'm trying not to read the comments. Thanks to everyone who go through the sound problem. Unfortunately, I don't have 3 pair of eyes or 5 pair of hands, etc, etc, etc. I'm trying my best, and I'm telling you that the next live stream probably will be on the next Sunday. But if I have a good time for the next couple of days, if I'm not gonna bother myself with the other people problems, I will try to do 2 live streams in a week. And one more thing, in the next couple of days, we're gonna drop video about 5 stocks that you should buy right now. We're gonna talk about 5 most potential stocks, and we're gonna explain you why you should buy them. Thanks to everyone. All links in bio. Take care.